Thank you. So, hi, everyone. It's a pleasure to have all of you here. My name is Georgie Kovacs, and I'm the founder of FemPower Health, and I'll be moderating today's discussion. So I'll just give you an intro of myself as well as the esteemed panelists that we have and go through our agenda, and then we will dive right in. So my work focuses on helping women navigate the healthcare system while driving broader change through research, innovation, and collaboration. And through my work in FemPower Health, I've built a platform that connects the patients, clinicians, researchers, and innovators. And I've also started an endometriosis working group, which I'm so excited about. It is a topic I'm passionate about, which makes me even more excited about being here today. And it's an initiative that brings together the stakeholders across science, policy, and industry to accelerate progress. And for those of you on this call, you know all the things that we need in endometriosis. And so this is very exciting work to be doing. And if anyone wants more information, please feel free to reach out because I am putting a survey together that I've already had a lot of interest in. And I think it's really going to help move the needle even more forward with endometriosis. So today's discussion is really exemplifies why all of this work matters. So we know, again, endometriosis impacts millions, and yet far too many are still struggling to navigate the system, even for a diagnosis and, sadly, treatments as well. And so today we are here to talk about very important work that this group is leading, and that is the EMMA study. So I'm going to cheat because it's hard to memorize what that stands for. The Endometriosis Multiomics Multi-Center Assessment. And it's one of the most ambitious efforts underway to change all that we are dealing with when it comes to endometriosis. And so by combining biomarker data, clinical insights, and patient experiences, Emma is working to revolutionize how we understand, diagnose, and treat endometriosis. So let's talk about who we have on this call today. So first we have Dr. Idhaliz Flores. Wave your hand so we all know who you are. And she is a professor of basic sciences and OBGYN at Ponce Health Sciences University and principal investigator of the EMMA study. Dr. Flores has dedicated over 25 years to translational research in women's health with a special focus on endometriosis. And she's also a passionate patient advocate serving on the World Endometriosis Society board and advising companies developing next generation diagnostics and therapeutics. We also have the fabulous Claire McDonald, who is the Senior Program Officer at VentureWell. Thank you for waving. Claire leads the Sprint for Women's Health portfolio funded by ARPA-H, which supports innovators like the EMMA team by helping them access funding, partners, and commercialization pathways. With a PhD in neuroscience and years of experience leading healthcare commercialization programs, Claire brings a critical perspective on translating groundbreaking science into real-world solutions. Okay, I feel like I've talked more than I need to, so I think we need to just dive in. We have a really great opportunity today to go behind the scenes on this innovative study. And what I love is it's partners coming together to transform endometriosis, which is really what we need. We cannot do this alone. We all have to work together. And so it's wonderful to see Lassa Health and NeuroHealth and Dama Health all coming together for this effort. So let's talk about shaping the future of care for endometriosis. So what I'd love to do is let's dive into better understanding the EMMA study, and Dr. Flores is going to lead us through that. So if you wanted to go ahead and share that. And then what we'll also do is Claire is going to talk more about prioritizing endometriosis research. And then I will lead a discussion where with the questions for those who've been participants in the study. And then we'll have an open Q&A. Okay, so why don't we go ahead and get started, Dr. Flores.
And I'm hoping you can hear me well and you
Yep.
can see my screen. Perfect. So hi, everyone. I'm Idhaliz Flores. I am the principal investigator of the EMMA study. I'm super excited for this first, I hope it's only the first fireside chat to discuss a little bit about the progress in our research to develop non-invasive solutions for endometriosis diagnosis and personalized treatment. Let's get into it. So first, a little bit about endometriosis for those who may not be familiar with this condition. It's a chronic inflammatory. It affects 1 in 10 women and teens, and then it causes a multitude of painful and debilitating symptoms, some of which you can see listed here. Endometriosis is a costly disease that negatively impacts relationships, mental health, productivity, fertility, and in general, the well being and quality of life of millions. It is estimated that 180 million women globally are affected and over 7 million in the US. The problem that endometriosis patients face is twofold. First, diagnosing endometriosis is costly, it's currently done invasively, and it takes years. How many years? In average, 7 years. That's unacceptable. Too many years, right? Even though the symptoms are so severe, it just blows our minds that it takes so long. What are the reasons? There are many, and include normalization of menstrual pain, a lack of awareness by the health providers, but mostly also because there are no approved blood tests that can diagnose endometriosis non-invasively. So we do this surgically. That's what's required right now. Although there has been some progress on doing like imaging, MRIs, ultrasound, etc. The other problem that patients are confronting is that the treatments available are limited. They have side effects. They are complex. They are costly. I mean, excision surgery is not broadly available because of costs. Treatments are suboptimal. Even 1 in 3 women might not respond to the first line hormone therapy, and many will have recurrences after surgery. So together, we're going to see all these negative impacts in leading to like low quality of life, mental health issues, and high economic burden. The solution for all of this really critically depends on what? On research. However, historically, there have been very limited funding for women's health research in general, but also endometriosis in particular. So when we at Nuda Health learn about the extraordinary opportunity for funding, the ARPA-H Spring for Women's Health that was committing $100 million, that was unprecedented, to accelerate specifically women's health research, we decided we needed to jump in immediately with our partners, LASA Health and Dama Health, to try to come up with something innovative and exciting to propose to ARPA-H. So let me tell you a little bit about these 3 companies and what they do and how we complement each other. Nuda Health is dedicated to conducting research and the development of multi-target, non-invasive tests for endometriosis that could be detected in blood, being it plasma or serum. And basically, we just want to provide a means to diagnose earlier, from years to bring it down to days. Dr. Varun Kapoor is the founder and CEO, and I serve as Chief Scientific Officer. LASA Health has developed a digital platform and a mobile app that uses artificial intelligence to help identify the causes of chronic pelvic pain and also provides clinical decision support to providers. Margaret Melville, who is here, is founder and CEO. And Dama Health, based on the UK, has developed also an AI-driven precision medicine platform that matches hormone contraception and hormonal treatments to individuals, ensuring that these treatments are both efficacious and safe for each individual. Elena Rueda and Paulina Secula are co-founders. So together we are the AMA Consortium, which was born through months of meetings and working sessions, but also with a clear vision and a clear mission to really pioneer personalized, non-invasive solutions for endometriosis diagnosis and treatment that takes the best of each of these companies and put it together to create this real solution that we hope that will finally move the needle. So following a multidisciplinary approach, we developed a proposal to create a precision medicine data platform that would integrate all these aspects of each of these companies into a clinically useful multi-level precision medicine platform. And the goal is obviously to improve diagnostics and accelerate treatments for the patients. This proposal we presented as this innovative platform, and we completed phase 1 of the process. And we were then invited to pitch our idea to ARPA-H. Varun Kapoor and Margaret Melville did an extraordinary job of putting together a pitch that convinced ARPA-H to award us one of the 23 awards of over 1,700 proposals. And we've received $3 million award from ARPA-H. So again, to recapitulate, what we are creating is an innovative AI-driven platform that will integrate blood biomarkers developed by the research done at Nura Health, combined with digital phenotyping. This is data that we're capturing through the LASA app, longitudinal real-world data from the patients. And once we have a diagnostics, we're going to do treatment matching using the pharmacogenomics and patient-reported data developed by Dama Health. We got together immediately once we got the award, to market the study and start recruitment. A landing page was created with links to the eligibility survey, which can be found here. All these materials were prepared by the LASA Health team. Did an excellent job in creating all these posts for Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, etc. So where are we now? We have completed the goal of the 102 controls. Controls are women who have no reason to believe they have endo and who have been using or currently are using oral contraception in the past 5 years. But we're still missing 20 more patients to complete the recruitment goal of 150. And to recapitulate, cases would be laparoscopically or imaging confirmed endometriosis who are currently or have used oral contraception in the past 5 years. We envision a product that would be cost-effective, user-friendly, and widely accessible. For patients, it will involve donating a simple blood sample and using this user-friendly symptom tracking app that would be very useful for them as well, to track all the symptoms and enable us to identify patient phenotypes. And for providers, we hope to provide them with streamlined data so that they can make informed decisions for their patients. So I wanted you to have the faces of our team. This is the MS study team. We have expertise ranging from biomedical research, entrepreneurship, digital health, pharmacogenomics. Healthcare providers are here also, biostatisticians, and also regulatory affairs. So this is the team that's very committed to helping bring these solutions as fast as possible to the market for the benefit of the patients. So yeah, I would love for each one of you to be enthusiastic about joining our quest to truly transform endometriosis care by reducing time to diagnosis and improving treatment precision. So if you're a patient and are interested in participating, you can scan this QR code right here. We'll take you to the eligibility survey to see if you can participate. And for all of us, really, please contact us if you want to join us in this quest. And I'll be happy to answer any questions. I'm gonna put this back to give it some time to take a look at the QR code.
Hey, thank you so much, Dr. Flores. So now, Claire, we'd love to hear more from you about prioritizing endometriosis research, then we'd love to hear from some of the participants of the study once you are complete. So thank you so much.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm happy to be here. Thank you so much. As Georgie mentioned, I work for VentureWell to support the success of innovators funded by the ARPA-H Sprint for Women's Health. So let me tell you the story of Sprint for Women's Health. It truly was a sprint. So it launched in early 2024 with the goal to address critical unmet challenges in women's health and champion transformative innovations. We were shocked by the number of submissions we received. So as Idhaliz said, it was more than 1,700 submissions from over 30 countries. So we can see there just that there's this huge interest in supporting women's health. These applications went through a review process. It was both a written review as well as a pitch competition. And from that, we selected 23 awardees and invested $113 million in them. So they're really tasked with addressing health conditions that uniquely or disproportionately affect women. The fact that the EMMA study was selected as one of these awardees really validates both the importance of the work and the likelihood that it will succeed. You see, ARPA-H is a little bit different as a funding agency. It does not just fund investigative scientific research. It funds research that has a purpose at the end. So we expect each of our funded awardees to reach a real outcome at the end of their award. What that means for the EMMA study is they have committed to validating a diagnostic tool by the end of this 2-year award. So that comes in October 2026. Outside of the EMMA study, the Sprint for Women's Health portfolio really includes a broad range of awardees, all focusing on women's health. So we see some awardees looking at women's health in the home, women's pain, brain health, and other disease areas. And they're developing the full cohort of types of technologies. So we have therapeutics, we have medical devices, we have diagnostic tests. So I'm really excited to see the progress and the stage that Neura Health and their consortium companies are at, especially with this EMMA study. So I really think they're like part of this global upswell in interest and investment in the development of solutions specifically for women's health. Following the launch of our Sprint for Women's Health, we really saw like kind of an upswell in support for women's health. We saw publications from McKinsey, from the World Economic Forum, and we've also seen increased venture capital investment in this space. So last year alone, venture capital investment in women's health reached an all-time high, with total VC investment more than tripling between 2019 and 2024. So this growth in investment was really driven by a growing recognition of how various health conditions differently and disproportionately affect women. And I also think it's important to note here the significant economic impact of continued investment in women's health. And that was highlighted by a report from McKinsey and Company in this past year. They noted that investments to help close the women's health gap could not only drastically improve women's quality of life, but also have the potential to boost the global economy by $1 billion annually by 2040. That's just phenomenal to me. Finally, the World Economic Forum has also weighed in. They have a really nice report called The Prescription for Change, which was published in the last year also. They make a number of different policy recommendations in there. One of them that's struck home for me was that there's a need to push for a new pricing and reimbursement value proposition to drive innovation in women-specific conditions. So all of this brought together, I'm just trying to like highlight this like upswell in interest and investment in the women's health space. And endometriosis is really a hallmark of what we're missing when it comes to treating women's health. To me, it's just shocking that it can take 12 years to reach a diagnosis. And here, Dr. Flores and her team are developing something that can shorten that to less than 5 days. This is phenomenal. So I really just think it's time that we all kind of get on board behind them and support them in accelerating this mission to develop the diagnostic test.
Thank you so much, Claire, for that. I really appreciate it, as we all do. And it's so lovely to hear all of this in one 10-15 minute summary, because I will tell you, I've been with FemPower Health. I also had a podcast for the past 6 years, and I've interviewed leading experts around the world, and I've spoken to many patient advocates, et cetera, and I cover all women's health topics. But I will tell you, chronic pelvic pain, by far, those episodes skyrocket in listens. And it is one of the most, it's the strongest community I've ever seen when it comes to advocacy, just going to show how much women are struggling. And I think many here would echo that they're probably the ones educating their own clinicians because they've been the ones struggling and are really having a challenge with navigating the system. So kudos to the organizations for getting together and for the funding that they've received to do important work.